going to start over. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of With Disadvantage. I'm your host and DM, Chev, because today we're doing episode 2 of Arcana. With me today, I have our only player in the campaign, the character Roxana Bunsen, played by Bunsen Gyro. Welcome, Bunsen. Hello. And then also with us today, we have someone helping me out. He's gonna play some NPCs and stuff when we do this campaign. Welcome, Cloaking Device.
Hello.
Or Cloak for short. Here? I guess you'd probably rather go by Cloak, huh?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. All right, let me minimize this here, and let's go ahead and just do a quick recap of last time. So, last time was episode 1. You made your way into the town Yorthamil, and while you were there, you learned about the gremlin that was attacking or terrorizing the town apparently at night. People claimed that people were being abducted, but you weren't able to confirm that, or at least didn't try very hard to confirm if someone was really missing. And so when you did find the gremlin in the caves below the well, he claims that he doesn't do that. He just scares people. So you don't know if it's a lie or the truth. Also, you were entered the chamber of the spirit dragon, where he promised to give you gifts, and he did, and sent you on your way. You were also disappointed because apparently there was a choice that he didn't tell you between the gift and the knowledge of the true nature of Arcana. And you chose the gift without realizing it. And then you left and you met the gremlin, met the goblin named Grogmere. He turns out to be, at least appears to be, friendly. And just chooses to take the antisocial to the extra mile because people mistreat him, so he decided to terrify them. Upon realizing that he was outnumbered and outclassed, he admitted all this to you while you and Timothy had him trapped in the cave. You invited him to join your party, which he agreed to, reluctantly, and you asked him to be civil.
On the condition that he be civil.
Yes, on the condition that he be civil and respectful to people when you're out and about. He said he would try. And that's, I think, where we are now. Let me get the images open. Did I miss anything in the opening there? I don't think so. I did not put these shortcuts on here after my little mishap where I lost everything. Let me find a Yorthamil. There we are. Okay, and then is this already shared? No. Okay, so there's that sheet. Let me just find the one with crap. The cave. I thought I found all these maps. Where are they gone again? Sorry, 1 second. Where is the cave? There's the caves. Share. Okay. Let's go ahead and get your tokens onto the sheet there. Close that one for now. Close the asset window. And put Grogmere, Roxana, and Timothy. Okay. And you can take it away, Bunsen. What do you do next?
All right. So, remind me, what exactly is the condition to be able to step into light and be teleported? You talked about this.
Yes. So last time you stepped into the light and were teleported into the other room. And then when you came back out, it wouldn't work anymore. And while you were in there, he told you not to return. That you chose your gift. But then when you got out, Grogmere appeared and revealed to you that you can enter the chamber once per day.
I believe I asked Grogmere about this last session. Does he know the person in that cave through the teleporter?
Hold on 1 second. There we go. You mean the dragon spirit?
Yes.
I don't know if you asked him that last time. Do you want to just ask it to him now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grogmere, do you know who the dragon spirit is.
You mean the ancient dragon spirit in the cave?
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you ask how old he was?
No. Do you
Just
know
if he
him?
knows him. No, I've never met him before. We just became good friends just now.
I see. Well, I'm disappointed that I may have passed up the opportunity for some arcane knowledge. However, I do question the validity of that knowledge because they do not sound very sophisticated for an ancient dragon spirit.
Well, I mean, he's been there a long time. Perhaps he's antisocial.
That's true. Well, shall we go see if we can visit him again tomorrow?
You can try, but you say you take his gift.
Yes, I'm wondering if I could ask him, or maybe I could try to go in disguise.
I say we come back tomorrow and just be really, really nice.
Was that Timothy?
Yes.
Perhaps.
If we're really nice to him, he might tell us everything we want to know.
Perhaps. We can mull it over.
Oh! Maybe we get him a gift. We bring him a gift. What does a dragon spirit want? Ancient dragon spirit. What would I want if I was an ancient dragon spirit? I'd probably want water. Maybe he wants water.
Maybe.
Maybe he wants.
I think-
Maybe he wants a Valentine.
What's a Valentine?
You put little notes on cards and you give them to your friends and tell them you like them or you like them. You express your love and affection.
I think I'll pass on that option.
Oh. You never want to do anything fun?
We've barely known each other for a day, Timothy. What do you mean never?
You're my best friend, Roxana. We're adventuring.
Right. For now, I think we should go back up to the town and regroup and wait until the following day. We should also check.
Are we sure we want to go back to town?
What do you mean?
Nobody likes me there.
We'll introduce you to them.
Don't
We'll make
you
sure that
worry,
everything's all right.
Grogbeer. We will make the town love you. If we'll get some Valentines for you too.
I don't know if we can promise that necessarily, but
Oh, come on! And he starts to leave.
as he leaves, I'm gonna start walking in the direction with Grogmere. I imagine just walking with me.
Yes. He's kind of hanging on your robe with his hand a little bit, like kind of just following along.
Gotcha. I don't know if we can promise that everyone in the town will love you necessarily, but we can at least sort out the whole gremlin situation and come to a better understanding.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. So you
Unless
guys are
anything
leaving the
happens
cave.
Yeah, unless anything happens on the way out.
Okay. Now you guys are able to make it back to the entrance, and you see that your rope does still seem to be intact.
Alright, I'm gonna start cutting.
Maybe you should go first.
Yes, I can do that.
That way,
go
I'm
ahead.
not the first to pop out of the well.
That's a good point, yes.
Oh,
I'm gonna start climbing up the...
You can go between. I'll get the back. You guys go first.
Right, let's go one at a time, just in case.
Oh, one at a time on the rope at a time.
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay, hold on, Grogmere. Stay here. And then they wait for you to go up.
Yep.
Okay. Just roll me an acrobatics check or an athletics check. No acrobatics.
All right.
Actually, that probably would have been a good opportunity for a regular dex. Okay. So just making sure you didn't roll a 1. Okay, so you go up, and then Timothy goes up with you. Or excuse me, Grogmere. And then after you pop out of the well, and Grogmere comes out, and it is middle of the afternoon, and you can see the workers and everything are still at their, still building that water tower. Let's see, where did I put the Yorthamil sounds? There we are. Okay, so you pop out of the well, and Grogmire's right behind you, and then Timothy. Oh, that sun, it hurts my eyes! As he pops out of the well and covers his eyes. And you see across the way that dude is still standing in front of the tavern, staring at you, smoking his cigar.
Alright. I'm gonna turn to him and give a thumbs up as a non-verbal thanks for watching the rope.
He turns and he flicks his cigar away, and he just sort of does like this half nod, a shrug thing, and then goes inside the tavern.
Alright. Alright. So, Grogmere, let's go ahead and sort out the gremlin situation. We can start with those construction workers over there.
Okay.
Don't worry, I've met one of them before. I can vouch for you.
Okay, and he follows you then. You were going over to the construction workers?
Yeah. Do you want I don't know if I can put token on a different. Oh, I can.
Oh, can you? Nice. Let's see. We gotta open up Yorthamil. Oh, except
says
it's
I'm
not.
no longer
it's
allied
yeah,
with
you're
it.
not linked to a combat entry. You're just a plain token now. Let me fix that. There we go. Oh, not you, George. Oh wait, no, George will be over here. Okay. Okay, and then Grogmire's out, and then you're out here. So you're going over here, right, to the construction workers?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so while you're on the way, you get to about right here, when all of a sudden you hear screaming behind you. Ah! What is the gremlin? You see your people screaming as they look.
All right. Are they running away or running towards, or just
A couple of
standing
them are looking on in terror, and a bunch of them are running away. A bunch of children nearby are. They're all terrified, and they run away. And you turn to look at Grogmere, and Grogmere has put on the mask that he had, and it has the clown, the creepy clown face with the teeth and the blood.
Oh, I'm gonna turn to Grogmere and say, Grogmere, I think you should take that mask off.
I don't want them to see my face.
I think they might rather see your face than the mask.
I don't want them to see my face.
Don't worry, I'll vouch for
A
you.
rock. Let's see. Let me roll here. A rock comes flying in from behind you, goes over your shoulder, and barely misses Grogmere by the ear. Just kind of nicks his mask. Get that gremlin out of here! You hear some dude yell from behind.
All right. I'm going to block between Grogmere and whoever threw the rock. I'm gonna say, easy, easy. It was all a misunderstanding.
And then some old lady comes up next to you. She says, "Young lady, the goblin has terrorized this town."
I've spoken with the goblin. They are not responsible for.
Oh, we're gonna take the word of a demon. And then the dude that threw the rock says, "Yeah, we're not gonna listen to no demon. You're coming with us." And the old lady tries to grab you by the shoulder, and so does the big brawny dude.
Okay, turn back towards those construction workers.
Sure. You can like look up behind your shoulder, yeah, at them.
Yeah. Do I see George there?
Yeah, George has stopped working and is seeing the commotion. And then he just as you look, you make eye contact with him, and he realizes it's you, and he comes walking out. And I apologize, I forget his voice, but he just says, "Oh, Roxana."
Yes. Could you help me out here?
It looks like you've gotten yourself in quite the pickle. What do you need with this tiefling? And then the guy says, she's harboring the gremlin. And then she says, yeah, the gremlin! And she points at Grogmere still wearing the mask. And then,
I talked it out with the goblin. He's not responsible for any kidnappings.
And then finally, Grogmere takes the mask off and puts it on his back. I'm sorry! I'm sorry! And then George looks at him and he just says, what are you sorry for, little gremlin? And he just says, for terrorizing the town! You know you're gonna have to pay for the kidnappings. And then Timothy pipes up and says, oh no! We've already gonna lose one of our party members! Do you say anything at this point?
Yes, I'm gonna say. So, as far as I've been told, he has not done any kidnappings. At most he's done a few pranks. However, he's just had some social problems and wasn't able to talk to anyone. And he decided to do this instead if he couldn't speak to anyone. If you guys, if everyone could be a little patient with him, I think he's good at heart.
George just says, I'll vouch for these two. And then he puts his arm around you, and the guy and the old woman reluctantly let go. And she sneers at you as he kind of ushers you over towards the side over here. And Grogmere and Timothy follow.
Thank you, George. I think that would have gone a lot worse had you not interfered.
Yeah, it's no problem. It's kind of starting to get late now. You guys looking to board up again? Do you got a room?
Yes. I was planning on still using the... Was it called a motel or inn in the game? I forget.
It was an inn, yeah.
Right. We were planning to use the inn over there again.
You still got a room, or do I need to rough up a gnome?
No. Everything's fine.
Alright, well, you take care then. Just stay out of sight, probably, while you have the gremlin.
Right. I believe... So, my one concern is perhaps there might be some evil being of some sort that might actually be committing any crimes or kidnapping. I would like to stay here for the remaining night to make sure that nothing fishy is going on.
You don't need my permission.
Right. I just wanted to let someone know in case anything happens.
Fair enough. Keep an eye on the gremlin. If something happens tonight, then we know it's not him.
Right.
And just for the record, I can't confirm I know anyone who's been abducted, so it could be a rumor.
I had a feeling that might be the case, but just in case, I would like to wait. After all, there's also, in the well in there's some sort of magic teleportation of some sort. There's some being that...
Magic teleportation. Alright.
Yes, something
that's
about
kind
stepping
of creepy.
into...
I wonder why someone put that at the bottom of a well, but okay.
Yes, it's a bit of an oddity, but I stepped through the teleporter myself, I can confirm. There was some sort of being through that teleporter who claims to be an ancient dragon spirit. And I don't exactly believe that, so it seems I can only take that teleporter once a day according to Grogmere here. I put a hand on Grogmere's shoulders to kind of indicate to George that that's his actual name.
Oh, yes,
to George.
The dragon spirit. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
My friend, the dragon spirit.
The teleporter can only be taken once a day, so I'm going to investigate that again tomorrow.
Alright then. Well, I know where you are, but don't expect me to come find you if you don't come back.
Right. I just want to report my findings to someone.
Fair enough.
I don't know if there's exactly a guild master around here to report to. So, at most, I'd like someone around here.
This small town doesn't have much of a governance, so I guess I'm as good as anyone.
Right. And you've shown me a great deal of respect. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so
Alright.
he turns around and goes back to work. Figures the conversation's finished. Where do you go
Yep.
from here? It's probably getting to be about 5 o'clock. It's getting not super late, but it's evening, getting to the evening.
Yeah. Thinking about turning in for the day, just calling it an early day. Early day.
Okay. All right, so you head back to the inn then.
Yep.
Okay. And you walk in, and that little gnome is in there, and he kind of just looks at you with a kind of a glare, but then he notices you looking back at him, and he gives you this really forced smile. And then you just walk back to your room, open it up, and you go inside, and Timothy and Grogmir both follow you inside.
Um.
I didn't know you already had a room. This is great.
Yes. I was thinking you two might want your own rooms.
Of course. You see, the thing is, I
I can cover for your rooms.
Oh,
Okay.
great. Okay. All right. Grogmere, do you want your own room? And he just says, I don't want to be alone. And he hugs your leg. Roxana.
I mean, each of these rooms only has one bed, right?
Right.
I'm going to put a hand on Grogmir's shoulder and say, "It should be all right. I think you'll be safe in your own room. Don't worry."
Oh, it's okay, Grogmere. You can come sleep with me. And he grabs Grogmere by the hand and trots off to the front desk to get a room. Do you follow them?
Did I
or
already
you
hand?
Oh,
Yeah,
I assume
'cause
you
I
handed
think-
it to him.
Oh, yeah, I already handed it to him.
Okay. Cool. So he took the money
So
up
I
front and got one more room, and then you hear Timothy because he's super loud wherever he goes, and he ends up in a room with Grogmere, and they close the door.
All right.
And you just hear faintly through the walls, "You want to play a game of dragon chess?"
So I should remove 1 gold from my currency.
Yes.
All right.
Wait.
It's 5 silver for a room, isn't it? Or is it 2?
5 silver. That's not a gold, right?
Yeah, I gave him enough for 2 rooms, didn't I?
Oh.
Or are they sharing one?
I forget. I know the price was inflated at first, and I can't remember what the actual price was. But yeah, I guess you would have given him one for 2 rooms.
I think it's 2 silver a night, actually.
I think you're right. I think 5 was the inflated, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so 2 silver. So you would end up giving him 4 silver if you assumed they were getting 2 rooms.
Alright.
Okay. All right. So they go off and they get a room, and it seems to you they only got one. So they close the door, and then you hear him asking Grogmere through the wall if he wants to play dragon chess.
So 4 silver would be 6 left over. So I'm just doing some change on my sheet here.
It's all good.
Alright. I'm just gonna spend the rest of the day in my room in the inn, just suppose doing some light
Okay.
study work on potions.
Sure. Okay, so you while away the light. It gets dark. You go to sleep. Are you worrying about keeping watch or anything like that? Like, are you just gonna try and get as much sleep as you can?
I'm not worried about watch.
Okay. All
Although,
right.
you know what? I have spell slots to burn. I think I'll go ahead and cast Alarm on my door.
Okay. All right, and then alarm just alerts you if someone approaches it.
Yes. You set an alarm against unwanted intrusion. Choose a door, a window, or an area within range that is no larger than 20-foot cube. Until the spell ends, an alarm alerts you whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area. When you cast a spell, you can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm. You can also choose whether the alarm is mental or audible.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Is it mental or audible?
Mental.
Okay. All right. So you takes a little bit, but you drift off to sleep. and you get a good night's sleep for quite a while. But then all of a sudden, you awake, but you find yourself in blackness in this void, and you feel cold and scared.
Nightmare again.
Do you say anything or do anything, or do you just wait?
I just wait. I mean, I'm looking around as it happens. It's just darkness everywhere.
And as you're looking around, spinning around, and nothing seems to change as you change your perspective. It's just dark. A dark void. You feel a presence behind you, and that presence speaks and says, "Modus Jimiko." And as he does, you feel very strange. You feel this weird wash of like a lack of emotion or wash over you. You feel nothing, almost like a robot, and you don't experience any emotion at all. And he just says, "Report your day to me." And you feel compelled to answer and tell the truth. And you just feel like you have to say like how your day went to him.
All right. I say I stopped 3 adventurers from bullying a beggar. I investigated a well. I received magical items from a questionable source in the well.
I see.
I also investigated the gremlin of the town.
Very good. Very good. I see you made a friend today. Timothy. What do you make of Timothy?
I do not trust that he is going to stay with us for long. I don't suspect that he will die. I only suspect that he is a coward.
Do you think he is suspicious? That he knows?
Knows what?
You feel you go to ask the question, and you feel physically unable to ask a question. The words just don't come out. Suddenly you feel compelled to answer no.
Oh, I thought that was me saying no.
Oh,
Already.
it can be.
No.
Either way. Okay, and so you reply no, and he just says, "Good. A green light for today. Good night, Roxana." And the presence disappears, and suddenly you are back to your normal self, and you shoot awake, and sit up straight, and there's nothing going on in your room. Everything seems fine.
My alarm did not go off?
No.
Alright.
Do you go back to sleep?
How long has it been?
So you look around, and it's probably about like 4 a.m.
Yeah, I'll go back to bed. By the way, when I was spending time at the end of the previous day, could I say that was the whatchamacallit? The brew thing? What's it called?
I don't know.
Their experimental elixir?
Sure. That's what you're preparing?
That's what I was preparing at the time.
Gotcha.
Because it says whenever you finish a long rest, you can magically produce an experimental elixir, but I think in lore it makes sense that I was working on it before I went to bed.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll a d6 to see which effect I got.
Okay, go ahead.
Rolled a 6, which is transformation. The drinker's body is transformed as if by the alter self spell. The drinker determines the transformation caused by the spell, the effects of which last for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And any elixir you create with this feature lasts until it is drunk or until the end of your next long rest.
Okay, so that's just what the elixir is, right? You're not drinking it or anything.
Yes,
okay.
I have that elixir on hand.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, you finally manage to drift back off to sleep, and you have much more pleasant dreams. And all of a sudden, the alarm starts going off in your head.
I startle awake.
Okay. You wake up, the sun's coming through the window, and all of a sudden your door flies open, and Timothy comes running in, and he just says, Roxana, it's the next day! We can go back to the Dragon Cave! And he shakes you awake, even though you're already awake.
Yes. Timothy, I'm already awake.
Oh boy! Grogmere and I are ready to go! And you see Grogmere poised at the doorway, and he's got a nicer set of like clothes on now. And me and Grogmere went to the market. We got him a little outfit. Do you like it? And you see he's got like little shorts on and like almost like a little Boy Scout shirt on with the short sleeves and the buttons, and he's got the little hat. I don't know how I feel about this. Oh, you look great, Groggy.
Yes, I think you look great.
Oh, okay then.
Did you run into any trouble while you were at the market?
No, some weird looks, but no attack. Yeah, everything was great. We were really nice. Everyone was nice back.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that.
I'm so excited to go adventuring again today.
As an aside, Grogmere?
Yes.
I would suggest holding on to your mask is a fine idea, but I would refrain from wearing it when in public. It seems to it startles people. We don't want to do that.
Oh, okay.
Right, I'm gonna get out of bed and start heading towards the well again.
Okay. All right, you guys go back to the well, and your rope has been untouched. Nobody seems to have messed with it, so you are free to go down it again if you would like. Unless you grabbed it and put it away.
No, I left it there.
Okay. Oh boy! And Timothy immediately starts to rappel down the well, and you just hear, I can't wait to go adventuring! As he goes down deeper in the well.
What's that? Timmy went down the well?
Well played.
I'm surprised that wasn't intentional.
Nope. It's okay. So, do you make Grogmere follow, or do you go ahead of Grogmere?
I'll motion to Grogmere after you.
Oh, okay. And he gets on the rope and he slides down nimbly. He seems pretty used to going in and out of this well.
I'm curious how he might have come up and down the well, if not using a rope.
You can ask him.
I'll ask him that. I'll ask him that when I get down there.
Okay. You rappel to the bottom, and you make it down safely. I'm not going to make you roll any checks.
Alright, what's it look like when we get down there?
Same as before. It's a kind of a dark, damp cave. It's just looks like exactly like it did before, pretty much. Are you asking him a question, or what are you doing next? Oh,
Yeah,
I guess
when
I
I
should
get
put
down-
you guys on the cave.
Yeah. When I do get down there, I'm going to ask, Grogmere, a question just occurred to me.
Okay.
If you weren't using a rope like this to get up and down from this well, how did you get up through the well?
I just like this, and he runs over and he leaps off of a rock and he climbs up a few crevices and he jumps into the well and he spreads all four of his limbs out and then just very nimbly just goes up the well like a couple feet and then back down and drops back down. I'm very used to this cave.
I have to say that the acrobatics is very impressive.
But thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna continue over to the end of the cave again. Not stepping through the teleporter yet.
Do you think the dragon spirit will give us more gifts?
Perhaps, and I think I might have worked out a solution on how to approach him again.
Oh, what are we gonna do? What's the plan?
I can handle it myself. I would, just in case.
It didn't go very good last time you tried that.
What do you mean?
Last time you tried, you made a wrong choice. You didn't get the knowledge.
Right.
Probably
However,
should discuss things with your team first. There's no I in team.
Well, yes, but do I remember if Timothy went through the teleporter last time?
Yeah, he did.
Yes. However, I believe I have a solution this time. Is there a slapping noise on occasion?
Sorry, it's a bug zapper. We keep the windows open in the
Oh.
summer, and the little gnats that get through hit the bug zapper.
I thought just like in the background, Cloak was occasionally doing like a.
No, sorry, I probably should just turn it off for the show.
No, it's fine. I was just curious.
I
what it
do
was.
need to take about a 5-minute break to let my wife in the garage. It's broken, so I have to open it from the inside till we fix it.
All right,
So
like right now.
Yeah, right now. I see that she's almost home on the Find Friends, so I'll be back in about 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Cloak, are you enjoying the show?
Yup. Of course, I know a little bit more about what's going on, so I get to laugh. I get to laugh alongside Chev instead of.
Yeah. Whenever the campaign is over, I can't wait to become privy to all the back row banter that's been going on around this. I'm really curious whose idea Timothy was.
That was all him, as far as I know.
He doesn't want me to know.
I don't actually know.
If he asks, you did not tell me that.
Well, it's kind of recorded. I actually really don't know. Because I forgot that there were other people that worked on it too. So, I legitimately do not know.
Gotcha.
I defaulted to the only other person that I had recalled had worked on it. But yeah, there've been other people. So who the hell knows who Tim's idea was? Chev does.
Yeah, because I feel like it's pretty obvious that Tim isn't actually a Dragonborn. That was made pretty obvious, but he's making it so that it's hypothetically just barely plausible, even if it's very unlikely, considering he said that they were from the Dragon lands of the north when there's no lands to the north. I was like, do you mean south? It's like, oh yeah, south. That's been quite the character. Yeah, like Roxana said during the nightmare, I suspect that once we actually meet with any combat, I don't know if Timothy is cut out for it. He's still just a kid after all. He's excited for adventure, but I don't think he's exactly made out for combat necessarily.
I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's start some shit. I don't know.
Eh. I have to say, the role I got on the experimental elixir was actually perfect for the job. You remember you heard the elixir effect, right?
I don't recall it. I'm pretty sure I would have heard it because I listened to the last session. But
No, it was just
Oh.
ended this session.
Then no, I missed it. I must have spaced out on that one.
So basically, once per long rest, an alchemist can magically create some sort of experimental elixir, which can have effects including slow flight for a short time, healing, and the one that I rolled, transformation. I can use this to transform to a form that the ancient dragon spirit, quote unquote, will not recognize as me, and so will think it's a different person. I'll give the offer to again, perhaps.
Nifty.
I'm back,
Yeah.
by the way.
Welcome back.
Thanks. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you are.
All right. So you guys are in the cave, and you are free to choose. Are you taking the same path you took last time?
Yeah, and I'm walking as I talk about the plan. It's like, yes. However, Timothy, I would suggest that you don't go through this time because I'm going to use this to temporarily change my form. I hold up the potion I brewed just the day before.
Okay. You're not really fun to
And
adventure with. Just FYI.
well, yes, but here's the thing: if you come through, he'll recognize you and will suspect that I'm Roxana again. If I use this to change my form, he might not expect me to be the same person, and therefore might give me the same offer, and I can ask for the other outcome this time.
Or I could take the elixir.
The other offer was for knowledge about Arcana, and that's very much up my alley. I
Well,
don't
I'll
know
tell
if
you.
would
I'll
be
tell you
interested.
the secret once he tells me. It's perfect. I haven't gotten a gift from the spirit dragon.
Would you like a gift from the spirit dragon?
Of course.
Uh, I'm going to hand him the rod of security that it gave me.
Oh, thank you. Okay, great. That's great. Okay.
Now, while
He's
we
very
while we
happy.
while we walk, I'm going to explain to him. All right, so listen, you can use if you run into any danger. If you fear for your life, Timothy, you may use this to hide. However, keep in mind when you stop using this to hide in a special paradise area of some sort, you will return to where you used it. So be prepared if you were ambushed or something. Okay?
Oh, okay, great. I love treasure. All right. Do you continue the path then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you guys get to
I assume I should remove the raw security from my inventory.
Yes, I put it in Timothy's.
Remove. Just gonna make a note that I gave it to him.
Okay.
And honestly, I think that's not a terrible call if I'm looking out for the kid, because if we run into danger and he's not up to it, this might save his life.
True. Okay. So you guys get to the end, and Grogmere is between both of you. There's the beam of
All
light,
right.
just like before.
All right. So, Grogmere, Timothy, could you wait here for me?
I suppose I do have a new toy. I want to use it. Grogmere, you want to try it with me?
I don't recall if it has multiple uses. Does
Let's
it?
see. Activated the rod instantly teleports you. When it runs out, you use an action to end it. Officers reappear. Arcane focus. Doesn't say. For each hour spent in the paradise, the visitor regains hit points. The time runs out. The rod can't be used again until 10 days have passed. There it is.
Gotcha.
It's a 10-day cooldown.
Timothy. Right. Timothy, listen, that can only be used at most once for every 10 days.
Oh.
You should use that in case of emergency.
Oh, okay. All right.
If you would like,
He
you
looks
can
defeated.
wave it around. If you'd like, you can wave it around, though.
Oh, okay. Woohoo! He waves it around. Grogmere kind of jumps up and down and claps a little bit.
I so badly want to ask for, like, rolling a d20, and if it's a natural 20, he actually casts some magic. Like a little spark appears.
Fine, I'll humor you. It was a 13.
Okay. So I imagine nothing happens.
Nope. Imagine you're walking into the light now.
Well, before I do that, I'm going to hold my experimental elixir. So alter self spell. Let me look up that spell really quick.
Okay.
Game rules. I imagine that would be a transmutation spell.
Maybe. I don't know. That's fine. We'll go with that for
Alter self is transmutation, yeah.
now. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Alter self, here it is. You assume a different form. When you cast a spell, choose one of the following options, the effects of which last for the duration of the spell. Now, for this potion, is specifically 10 minutes. While the spell lasts, you can end one option as an action to gain the benefits of a different one. Aquatic adaptation. You adapt your body to an aquatic environment, sprouting gills and growing webbing between your fingers. If you can breathe underwater and gain swimming speed equal to your walking speed. Change appearance. You transform your appearance. You decide what you look like, including your height, weight, facial features, sound of your voice, hair length, coloration, and distinguishing characteristics, if any. You can make yourself appear as a member of another race, though none of your statistics change. You also can't appear as a creature of a size different from you, and your basic shape stays the same.
You just tell me what you look like now, man.
All right, I'm going to change appearance to an elven woman with medium length blonde hair. No particular outstanding characteristics.
Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second. Gotta load this other map for the dragon skull. Okay, can you see the map?
Yep.
Okay. And then let's get you and okay. All right, so you walk in. You teleport into this chamber, and just like before, you see the dragon head. But in addition to that, you actually see. 1 second. Gotta get my note out. There we go. Okay, so you see inside that there's a human, right? Cloak? Human? No,
Goliath.
Goliath. Excuse me. There's a Goliath in here. Describe what he looks like, Cloak.
So he's, enormous, close to 8 feet tall, like your average Goliath. He's kind of tried to downplay the tattoos that they typically have.
Okay.
But he is wearing a full set of chainmail.
Okay.
With a long sword and large shield strapped to his back.
Okay. Perfect. So, Roxana, you teleport in and you see the back of this orc as he's facing the dragon spirit, and the eyes are glowing.
Goliath.
And the dragon says, "Sorry, what?"
You said orc.
I did. Holy crap. Okay.
You did.
This Goliath. Jeez, my brain is not functioning today. Okay, so you see this Goliath facing the dragon statue or whatever, the stone dragon, and you hear the dragon respond, "Step forward to claim the gift of the dragon spirit."
Oh, great dragon spirit, your gift is not what I desire. I require knowledge.
Ah, wise adventurer. You want to hear the secret about Arcana?
I would, should it please you to tell.
Yes, the nature of Arcana is such that... Hello? There is another. And you turn around, Cloak.
Yeah.
And Roxana, this Goliath just is looking at you. They both notice you now. Do either of you say anything to each other?
You
You still there, Bunsen?
Oh, I was muted for some reason.
Ah,
There we go.
that would explain it.
Yeah. I say I've disguised as an elven woman. Just say, hello, my name is Carmen. What is this place?
You
Hello,
have
Carmen.
disturbed my lair. I am conversing with a worthy adventurer.
You're saying something about knowledge of Arcana?
Come closer. I will tell you the secret in a whisper. Not you, young elven woman. All right, so the Goliath turns around and steps forward, and you just hear. There you have it. Seek the treasure, Goliath. Find what you seek.
Thank you, great dragon spirit. That shall help me on this quest immensely.
It shall.
And with that, Lucas will turn and make his way towards the door, but kind of stopping and looking inquisitively at the elven woman who has entered the chamber.
Okay. And then, do you say anything, Carmen?
What was the nature of that conversation?
I may not speak the secrets which I have been told, on pain of death.
You hear the dragon laugh.
I'm gonna approach the dragon a bit and say,
What do you want?
I was wondering if I could also be given this knowledge of Arcana.
You have already accepted the gift of the dragon spirit.
I have?
I can see it in your aura. You have accepted the gift. You were explicitly told not to return. And as he says that, this like gust of wind shoots out of the nostrils and hits you and wipes away your disguise.
So it's like magic of some sort that dispels it?
Uh-huh. Your disguise is immediately dispelled.
Oh. I am not moved physically, though, am I?
No. You just kind of, like, your hair kind of, like, went up in the wind as it transformed back into your regular hair.
Ah. I must say...
You must take me for a fool! Jesus.
I must say that was a good catch. However, Mr. Ancient Dragon Spirit, was it?
Yes.
Listen, I'm seeking a professorial position with the Avagold Academy.
There is no debate. You hear the wind comes out of the nostrils again, and this time it sends you right past Lucas and back into this corridor, into a beam of light, and you are teleported back into the cavern.
That's irritating.
And as you appear back in the cavern, you see Timothy there. And oh boy, did you find out the knowledge you were after?
I pick myself up off the ground and wipe off my shoulders and say, unfortunately, no. He saw right through my disguise.
And as you say that, that Goliath materializes right next to you, next to the party. Oh, big scary Goliath! It looks really good on you.
Yes, he was also there.
Oh no! Another adventurer? Is he nice?
I turn and look at the Goliath and say, perhaps I haven't seen anything to the contrary.
I bear you no ill will, adventurers. Are we not all
good.
here to make a better world?
Oh good, he's friendly! We're so happy to have you! We almost have a full party!
Um, yes. So, sorry, sir. What's your name?
You may call me Lucas. Everyone else does.
Oh
Lucas.
boy, Lucas! I love a great name.
So,
I'm Timothy, by the way. And he runs up and he double palms your hand and shakes it vigorously. Lucas.
And
yes.
the Goliath, or Lucas, kind of like shakes the hand back, but is trying to gauge, the right grip strength to use. And so it looks awkward.
Timothy is a very awkward person, so. And then Grogmere just says, hello, Lucas.
Hello. You are a goblin, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what is your name?
My name, Grogmere.
Pleased to meet you, Grogmere.
Oh, good. More friendly.
Yes. So, while I was disguised in there, I said my name was Karn, but my actual name is Roxana.
Excellent to meet you as well, Roxana. I do not fault you for attempting to fool the dragon. Knowledge is a very noble quest.
Indeed. You see, for much of my life, I've been studying alchemy, and recently I was trying to achieve a professorial position of some sort, or at the very least, enroll at the Avgold Academy. However, I was rejected. Um, I was I was hoping to hoping to research things such as this arcane knowledge. However, when I went to the cave and when I was with the ancient dragon spirit, he did not make it clear that there was a choice to make between items and knowledge. He just offered me the items. He did
Well,
not
to
make
be
it clear
fair,
that
she
there
didn't
was-
really discuss it with the rest of us, but I digress.
He didn't say anything about there being a choice until it was too late, and I must say I was a little upset about that.
Sometimes your choices are not always evident.
If I was aware that there was a choice to make, I certainly would have chosen the knowledge.
Are you on some kind of quest, Mr. Goliath?
I am.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
knew
yet
it.
sure.
He had more context. He knew there was a choice.
I'm not yet sure where this quest will lead, but I suspect the end will be awesome.
Oh, Roxana.
Yes.
We should join him. We should go with him.
So
Suddenly,
is this quest...
suddenly, Timothy's voice rings through your head. Roxana, we should go with him. He's using message.
I look at Timothy weirdly for a second, trying to make sure I understood that right as him speaking telepathically.
The first time was out loud. You didn't respond within 2 seconds, so the second time was in your brain.
I'm just kind of staring at him for a second because I really did not expect him to have any kind of magic like that. After I recover from that surprise, I'm gonna turn to Lucas and say, so this quest of yours, were you on it before you met with that dragon spirit, or did he give you this quest?
The dragon spirit was but a stop in my quest line.
Oh, he's on a side quest. This is so great.
What do you mean by side quest, young one? This is my quest.
I grew up. My father owned a bar, and I spent a lot of time in there hearing stories about adventuring, and I'm just so surprised at how realistic the stories were to real life.
Yes.
Adventurers often do tell the truth, though they may exaggerate a little.
So far, it's all been great. We're going on adventures. I can't wait.
So,
We already met a dragon spirit. And then he like elbows Grogmere, like, how about that? Kind of a elbow. And the Grogmere just says,
so Lucas, what exactly is the extent to which you're not able to share this knowledge of Arcana?
Should I so much as speak of this knowledge, the dragon spirit now has hold on my soul and will strike me down.
You hear another laugh echo through the chamber, almost as it came from above.
This knowledge was not cheap, however, it was necessary.
What is the extent? Like, would he magically know that you have shared this knowledge of some sort?
You hear a faint sound start, but then it gets louder as it echoes, almost like it's coming out of that hole in the ceiling. And you just hear, I would know.
Of course. I would not ask you to share knowledge that would put your life in jeopardy, Lucas.
I appreciate that, and I, in return, will do what I can to protect your lives as well.
Oh, where are we going next? What's next on your quest, Lucas?
As an aside, I don't actually know. So, we didn't cover that.
It's okay. So you do know that you have to move on out of this town for the next piece. You don't actually know what the end of your quest is.
I do not know precisely, young one, but I know that this town does not hold the answer.
It is a tiny town. We've been here for a while. Grogmere pipes up and just says, fun to scare, though.
So I look up at the light above, and I assume at this point I've assumed that basically they're just up there.
If that's what you would have assumed, sure.
Yeah. How high is it?
It's 15 feet. The ceiling is 15 feet, and then the hole is another 15 feet, I believe, deep, before you get out to what was basically sunlight.
Wait, so does it seem like it would, like, that cape is literally just up there, that where the dragon spirit was?
It's definitely seems weird, because when you look up in the hole, it's like you're looking out to the surface. And remember, you used your mage hand to feel around, and you felt grass and rocks and dirt.
Dragon spirit, are you listening in on this conversation?
There's a pause for a while before you hear, no.
Good try and bluff. Well, I might have to speak with the Council of Ancient Spirits about your inability to properly offer the options to an adventurer. I'm sure they'd love to hear about that.
Roll
Can
a
I roll for
deception check.
Deception check. Please go well. 23.
What council? What do you mean?
Oh, the Council of the Ancient Spirits. A bunch of spirits such as the legendary astral spirit and so on and so forth. I'm sure they would love to hear about how an ancient spirit has failed on their simple mission of offering two different options properly.
Well played, but not well played enough. Come back in 1 year.
In a year.
I will give you the knowledge then.
Very well.
Probably the best you're gonna get, Roxana.
Probably, yes. Thank you, Ancient Dragon Spirit. I'll put in a good word for you at the Ancient Spirit Council.
Thank you.
Can I, like, do an insight check on how much that he believes me on that bluff?
Sure.
That is a 15.
As far as you can tell, you seem like you fooled him.
Nice. Alright. Very well. Lucas, is this a quest you have to take alone?
It is not strictly necessary for me to go alone. Should you wish to come, you are more than welcome.
Oh, yes, let's definitely go. Do you have a map? I have a map.
I need no map, but thank you, Tim.
Oh, okay.
You may keep that stashed away safely.
Oh, yes, I was told to keep this very safe. Not to let anyone see. And he puts it back in his pocket.
Wait, who was that? Was that Timothy?
Yes.
Timothy, when did you get a map?
Oh, when I moved here, I found it.
Can I roll insight on that?
Yeah.
That was almost a natural 20!
You believe him.
Of course I do. What is the map for?
Me? Well, come on, let's leave the cave now.
Hang on, Timothy. We are a party, are we not?
Well, it seems the spirit of sharing isn't very strong in this group.
Timothy, I just gave you a raw of security worth
That I can't use for 10 days. You gave it to me because you don't want it, because it sucks.
No, Timothy.
You're a ninja looter. You went ahead and did it without the party's consent, and then gave me the shit you didn't want.
No, Timothy, listen. I put my hand on his shoulder.
You didn't even roll greed. We could have just all rolled greed.
Timothy, listen. I gave you that rod because I want to make sure you stay safe.
Mm-hmm.
If you run into any danger while we are exploring, you can use that to keep yourself safe.
Oh, I know.
I was kind of wondering if you'd say anything else.
No. Well, are we gonna leave, or are we gonna stare at each other awkwardly?
Conversation is enlightening, but we have places to be. And at that, Lucas is gonna...
I don't know. We could stay in this cave all day as far as I'm concerned.
Well, our friend Lucas here has places to go, and we can tag along with him.
All right, then. Lead the way, Lucas.
And Lucas is gonna offer to both Timothy and Grogmere to hop on his shoulders for the climb out. Because I think they're small enough to do that. With a carrying capacity of 480 pounds.
I'm more worried about the rope.
Okay, so do you guys make your way back to the entrance?
Yeah, although I cautiously wait behind them as I climb up the rope.
Okay, so you guys get back here, and you start to climb the rope, Roxana. You're waiting behind them, is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. So, Lucas, you walk up, but you didn't come in through the rope. You walk up right here, and there's a big boulder in the way, and you move it out of the way, and then you reveal a passage, and you just start heading through it, because that's the way you came. And Timothy goes, oh, a secret passage! And then he runs behind you to follow you.
I thought he was on his shoulder.
Oh, that's right. We're on your shoulders.
Well, I offered for them to do so, but since they probably would have hopped off when I moved the boulder. So, yeah.
No, not unless you gestured them to.
Well, fair. I guess I've got friends on my shoulders.
Okay. The passage is about 15 feet tall, and so it is tall enough for you to walk in there with them on your shoulders, just barely. And Timothy's looking around, and he sees some water dripping. He just says, oh, does this go underneath a body of water?
I'm not yet sure where this leads, but water is a common sight underground.
Oh, everything is so realistic. Which package did you get?
It should be realistic. We are here in the real world.
Well, of course. I just have never been adventuring before. I thought it was all going to be just stories.
The stories you hear are of the best adventures. And many times the best adventures happen underground.
Oh, yes, many stories underground. You are right. Are you following them, Roxana?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you guys make your way through this passage for probably what seems like a couple hours, and it twists and winds, but it never breaks off into another direction or anything like that. And it's very narrow. It's large enough, it's tall enough to fit, and pretty much anyone of any height, but it's very narrow. You kind of have to go single file if you're standing on the ground. And Lucas, if they're still on your shoulder, you kind of have to turn your shoulders parallel with the hallway as you kind of move through it in order to fit everyone. But you guys are able to make your way through, and you guys come out of this tunnel near a lake, and you surface up top. Let's see.
Well, I think I found the source of the water.
And Lucas, you know that this comes out that the lake is actually like a huge. It's not just a lake; it's a huge body of water. You came in from this way. It's the kingdom of the Sea Lords. And as you look across the water, you see this huge city sticking up on the horizon. Just the tops of like these really tall buildings.
I feel like some of the answers that we seek lie across the water.
Oh boy! Oh, and Timothy pulls out his map and he says, "That's Porphyrios Island."
Island?
That is.
We're going to cross to there.
I don't know. Lucas says we gotta go there. How are we gonna get there, Mr. Goliath? You do know behind it is the Isle of Dread. The Isle of Dread.
The Isle of Dread sounds like a place where our assistance could be required. It does not bother me that behind this island is another.
It sounds like an aisle with social distancing stickers on the floor, but it's filled with people and not wearing masks.
Right. I don't suppose there's a boat around here we could take, is there?
We could probably rent one.
Look
Somewhere.
around. Does it look like anywhere on the coast around us is any buildings even?
On the coast, no. It's pretty desolate and marshy. It's kind of this marshy looking beach.
Nah. I'm just thinking there for a bit, just looking at my different potions.
You don't have to follow Lucas, by the way.
I greatly apologize that I had not planned ahead for the addition of other adventurers. My plan was merely to swim. But
How far is that, actually, DM?
I'm gonna say it's like a few miles.
You plan to swim across miles of water.
with just myself, absolutely.
Oh, you're really strong and buoyant, apparently.
Yes, unless there's a boat nearby, I think this might be where we part ways, Lucas.
I understand. Would you like for us to search for a boat, or shall we part here?
I look around the horizon, away from the city. Are there any other features that spring out to me?
So you look back, so you kind of popped out of this little cavern, and you kind of look around the exit here, and you see that there's a road that kind of comes in toward the beach and kind of just hits the water. And this road has a little wooden sign on it. It's a little too far away to see, but it looks like it might say where the road heads.
The road. When you say it hits the water, you mean like it goes
Like it literally
into
just
the
runs
water?
into the water. Yeah. So there's only one direction you could go on the road. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not really a road as it gets closer to the beach, but you know, it's just kind of it's eroded at the end.
Yeah. I'm gonna call attention to that. I'm gonna say, well, that road over there that goes directly into the water, some sort of sign. Maybe there's some sort of special trick to getting across. I'm gonna start approaching the sign to go read it.
If I made the road sound remarkable, I apologize, but it's like the road just comes in toward the coast and then kind of just fades into nothingness as it hits the beach.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna do like some Moses parting the seas thing.
I just don't want you to get hung up on nothing. Okay, so you approach the sign, and the sign says "To Yorthamil," and it's pointed away from the beach.
Doesn't say like a distance, or if I look in that direction, do I see what looks like Yorthamil in the distance?
Hold on a second. Okay. Sorry, I thought I had a phone call, but it ended up being a spam. Sorry, what was the last thing you asked?
If I look in the direction the sign's pointing, do I see what looks like Yorthamil in the distance?
No, you just see trees. Lots and lots of trees. Like Yorthamil, it was surrounded by trees, so it's probably back there somewhere, but you can't see it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna turn back to Lucas. Yes. At least for now, perhaps. I think this is where we will part ways. I think we'll go about our business.
I think Lucas is a lot more progressed than we are. Like, do you want to come with us, Lucas? Help us get up to your level?
I do have a soft spot for the assistance of others, and my quest does not have a time limit. I think I could follow you for a while.
Oh! We should head. And he pulls the map up in front of his face again. We should head. We should follow the road, Roxana. I agree.
Timothy, the road goes into the water.
Nope. We follow it the other way, dum-dum.
I thought the road went from the tunnel to to the water
No,
for some
excuse
reason.
me. There's a road that comes running down and basically disappears on the beach, but then at the other end disappears into the trees and has a sign that says to Yorthamel.
That would be going to where we just came from, right?
Right, but not underground. You'd be taking the road. Did you say that in character?
No. I should have, though.
You can.
Timothy, would that not just take us back to where we just were?
Oh, well, yes, but then the road takes us beyond that little town, and we can go into to Chanelstra City. There's got to be plenty of quests there.
Perhaps. So we should. Are we all in agreement for going to go above ground there, not go back through the tunnel?
I don't see why we should go back through the tunnel. We'd have to climb that rope.
And
I will happily follow you wherever you choose to go.
As murky as the tunnel was, it certainly wasn't dangerous. We don't know what's from here between there. Just be prepared. We might run into some sort of encounters.
Well, I did run into you when I came into town.
Right. I thought, Timothy, I thought you were from Yorthamel, weren't you?
No. I told you I was from the southern mountain range.
The southern land of the dragons. Right.
Yes.
All right.
From beyond the Mercandraw.
Right. Let's just get going then. I'll start walking down the path.
Okay, I gotta take a quick break because our grocery delivery arrived, but I'll be back after that. So another 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Timothy definitely is not a dragonborn. Like, it's pretty obvious, right, Cloak?
Looks like a dragonborn to me.
Did you see the first episode? Did you see the first episode?
I did, but Lucas didn't.
Well, yeah.
So.
I didn't say that in character. I said that.
Ah, that's fair. No, that's fair. Okay. You know, he's got issues, that's for sure.
I'm pretty sure he's just an excitable teenager in cosplay. That dragon's breath certainly seems real, but I don't think he's actually a dragon, considering he at first said that he was from the land of the dragons to the north, of which there's no lands to the north.
He certainly has some shady stories, I guess. But who knows how many of those are from his dad at the bar? Drunk people tell all sorts of stories.
Yeah. Well, my read of his character is that, like, he's really excitable about adventuring and stuff, but as soon as we run to actual combat, I don't think he's gonna have the backbone for it. He's still just a kid. He's not even 16. That's why I gave him in universe. Even that's why I gave him the route of security. Because if shit actually hits the fan, hopefully he'll at least be okay.
Fair.
Now, in character, he thinks that I just gave him the shitty item I didn't want, but that's not the case. That's one of the most important items a solo character could have, I imagine.
I'm actually not familiar with that item.
Basically, you can use it to just leave wherever you are and go into a sanctuary of some sort for up to 200 days. And you can regenerate health while you're there. However, when it ends, you go right back to where you used it originally. You can't use it for another 10 days. But you can also bring others with you, but that will divide the amount of days you have based on how many people you bring with you. So basically, it's a good emergency, get me out of here, at least for now, button.
Yeah, it is. Holy crap.
It seems to me like it's really handy for a solo campaign character to have.
Yeah?
Roxana didn't give it to him lightly.
Yeah, that might be the only, or that might be one of the few defensive items that is actually better than mirror image as a spell for saving a spellcaster's bacon.
What's Mirror's Image?
Mirror image lets you, it's a second level spell that pops up 3 perfect copies of you. And when someone targets you, the first time you roll a d20 and on anything 6 or higher, they target a copy instead of you. Second time, I think it's 8 or higher, and the third time it's 11 or higher. Like as the copies fade away. But
Gotcha. It's like Double Team in Pokemon.
yeah, pretty much. Except there's 3. You get 3 turns or 3 attacks basically. Of you're probably not gonna hit me.
Yeah.
Even with 10 AC, you're probably not gonna hit me.
Yeah. Kellogg's AC in Solstice, or not Solstice, in Lumiere is pretty crazy. You don't know what his AC is?
Aren't you sitting at like 21 now on Kellogg?
No, 19.
Oh, okay.
But there is a perk that I could take, or something I could use in some way, I forget what it was, where I could hypothetically have more than 20 AC. Specifically, it's 19 while holding a shield.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi.
Welcome back.
All right, you ready to continue?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, are you guys following the road? Did we decide?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys follow the road. It takes another couple hours, and it's getting dark now. Well, let's see. No, you woke up and you went in the morning, so it would be about afternoon. Never mind. So the sun is not midday, but somewhere in the afternoon, and you guys are walking towards it, basically, because it sets in the west. And as you walk along the road, eventually you see Yorthamil, and it just says 1 mile. And then you walk that extra mile, and you're there. You're back in town. You cross back into this street here. Let me get everyone out here. Okay, here's Yorthamil in the chat, in case you don't have it up. Okay, you come into town, and as soon as you walk into town, you get more scowls. That same old lady that was harassing you earlier looks up from her little cart full of fruit. And she looks up and she sees you and Grogmir, and now also Lucas, and she just snarls at all of you. She's this little old human lady. She just gives you this look of disgust. And then several passersby also give you looks of disgust, but they seem to be intent on minding their own business other than that. And you see that your rope is gone, by the way, at the well. And
Okay, look around. Huh? Oh.
And so's your piton.
Yeah. If I look around the well, do I see any other changes?
No, not really. But you do see the dude standing up against the wall over here smoking a cigar again.
Alright. I mean, I have more rope, I believe, and more batons. So...
Okay.
Yeah, I have another rope, so... Bit of a shame, but I have a spare. I have a guess as to what happened, but I'm not gonna grill anyone over it.
Okay.
We gotta turn to Timothy and say, so, Timothy, where was this city from here again?
Oh, just keep following the road. This road just goes straight through Yorthamil and on to the city. It's called the Fading City.
The Fading City.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, huh?
Sure. Yes. Does that mean it's sometimes not there?
I don't know. I have never been there.
Fair enough. I guess I'll continue down the road then.
Okay. All right. Again, more snarls. Oh, hold on. Let me get the music changed. You're back in town now, so you just hear the typical day sounds, but the construction's winding down, and so they're. Let's see. Turn that one off. There we go. They kind of stop wrapping up the water tower for the day, and you see George walking by with some 2x4s on his shoulder. Some wood on his shoulder. And he's walking through town, and he spots you, and he just says, "Oh, Roxana."
Hello, George. What's up?
Well, didn't hear any commotion last night. Take it, you got the real gremlin.
Suppose so. You don't believe there actually were any kidnappings or anything then, right?
Well, it's yet to be seen. Haven't seen any.
Alright. I consider that a mystery solved then.
All right then. Well, good luck to you. Are you staying in town? Or are you heading out?
We're going to be heading out to this, some sort of fading city down this path here. Have you heard of it?
Oh yeah, Shalestra. You'll have to tell me what you find there.
Do you know anything about it? Any rumors?
I'm a small town man. I've only been here and further up north, but I mean I have gone west once, but I don't know if I was far enough to see the city or not. But I just had to get out there and harvest some lumber from the lumber yard. But yeah, it's supposed to be a pretty big city, supposedly, but probably just a rumor. If you keep heading that way, though, you'll find Mithrandane. That one's there for sure.
Mithrandane?
Yeah. Just keep heading west on this road here, and before it starts to turn north, you'll find it.
Alright, thank you. We'll go.
You're
We'll be
welcome.
on our way then.
All right, he walks by you with the lumber, continues up through town.
Alright.
Okay, are you just going to continue through town, or do you stop for anything else?
Yeah, I'm just going to continue through town.
All right, so you guys head out into the weeds here, out into the forest, excuse me, as the trees kind of form a little archway over the street, because it's pretty well traveled, but these trees are very tall, and they're very, they provide a ton of cover. And you're walking through them, and then roll me a perception check, please.
Uh-oh. That is a 14.
Okay. You're walking through the trees when suddenly you hear as a branch breaks up in the canopy above.
If I look up, do I see anything?
No. You look up and it's pretty dark and thick, like the trees mesh together and form this pretty thick canopy over this road.
I'm gonna be standing there for a second. Gonna hold my arm back to stop
Roxana!
the others from.
Roxana! Roxana!
Yes,
What?
Yes.
Why are we stopping?
there's something above us.
Oh no. What is it?
Don't.
You hear in your brain, what is it? What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, Grogbeer, stay close to me. He holds Grogbeer's hand, squeezes it. Lucas, do you do anything?
Sorry, I missed what.
Oh, you're in.
There was some sort. I heard there was a branch that snapped above us in the canopy.
Gotcha. So Lucas will draw his sword and shield
Okay.
and just be ready for whatever may have caused that break.
Okay. All right. It is now. You guys have been walking for a little bit, and it is now finally starting to get a little bit dark. And you hear two more twigs snap. Two more snigs twap.
Whoa, easy there.
Do you do anything, or you just keep going?
I mean, unless any of the others are planning to try to push forward, I'm staying put, looking up at where the sounds are coming from.
Okay. All right, so you're looking up, and you catch a glimpse of something jump from one tree to the other. And it's dark
Okay,
now.
rolls.
It's kind of getting to be dusk a little bit. It's really hard to see.
I do have dark vision. Can I roll to see if I could tell?
Sure. Roll me a perception.
I thought that was 15. That's a 7.
Okay. Yeah. So you're trying to. You can see a figure. It looks humanoid. That's all you could gather.
I'm going to call up to there. Hello?
Hello. Hello. I don't understand your strategy, Roxana. It's not working.
There seems to be some sort of humanoid up there.
Oh, you think it's friendly?
I don't know. That concerns
Maybe we
me.
could get a 5th member of our party. Hello,
Things-
you want to go adventuring with us?
Timothy, please. Things that hide in treetops are not usually friendly.
Grogbeard pipes up and just says, I have to agree with the Goliath on this one.
How high is the canopy above us?
About 20, 25 feet. Pretty tall.
Grogmere, would you be willing to get up there to investigate?
Oh, you want me to go up there? I don't think so. Sorry, my voices got
willing.
mixed together. I don't think so. That's too scary.
If you're not willing to, I understand.
Oh, good. Because I really don't want to.
If I look to the sides, does it look like there's an easy way to get up? Just a bunch of trees.
Yeah, I mean, you can climb the trees. They're pretty straight trunked trees. But, you know, it's probably not unclimbable.
Lucas, how are you with climbing?
I can climb fairly well.
Would batons make that easier?
I have some myself, but I appreciate it.
Would you be willing to climb up and investigate for us?
Absolutely. Lucas is gonna dig into his pack for his hammer and pitons.
Okay.
And kind of make a rudimentary ladder in the side of a tree.
Okay.
Um,
All right, so you make your way up there. I'm just gonna have you roll a. Let's just have you roll a dex check just to make sure you don't fall.
Oh!
All right, so as you're hammering these pitons as you go up the tree, one of them hits a knot in the tree, and the reverberation of the force from the hammer, as the piton doesn't go into the tree all the way, comes back out and shakes you, and it catches you by surprise. Ooh, like you kind of like shaking like a tuning fork a little bit, and then poof, you fall out of the tree about 10 feet. And you land on your back on the road below, the dirt road.
ow.
And let's see, falling down.
So
What is
that
falling
should be 1d6 for
Yeah.
6 damage.
You take 6 damage.
I'm just rolling great.
Lucas, are you alright?
That
Oh,
really looked like
it's
it
not-
hurt.
It's not the worst wound I've ever taken.
Oh, but your ladder idea was really working there.
It usually does. Usually.
Why don't you try it
So you-
again? Let's see if we can get up there. I mean, if you want. I don't really want to do it.
It shouldn't be terribly difficult now that I know where the knot in that tree is.
Or another one, it happens again.
If it does, I'm gonna shit. But
Yeah, are you doing it again? Are you going up there again?
Jesus, this dice hates me.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Another dex check if you are.
Is that?
Okay.
There we go.
You're good.
That's better.
And not only do you do it, but you do it with a decent amount of speed. As you finish and you get up into the canopy, and you look around up in the canopy, and you can see more sunlight coming through now that your head's kind of up in the canopy, but it's just so dark. The forest has really come together to form a super huge thicket at the top, and it's just hard to see through any of it. You don't see anything. But then you look around a little bit, and you catch a glimpse of what looks like eyes in the dark. And as you lock eyes with the eyes, they disappear.
Fun. Perception check to see if I can see more? Question mark.
Sure, yeah. Let's go ahead and do a perception check. Okay. You're looking and you can kind of sort of start to see a humanoid figure around the eyes. But your eyes are adjusting to the dark a little bit, and so you can kind of see this humanoid form. You're seeing what Roxana saw earlier, basically.
Okay.
What does it look like up there?
There's some sort of humanoid up here, but it's very dark.
Let me come up. Let me take a look.
Just as you say that, all of a sudden you hear, "Thoof!" and this little dart hits you in the shoulder, Lucas.
Me? Oh.
You have a few seconds to react. What would your immediate reaction be to that? Lucas?
Cloak.
To the dart.
Yeah. It hits you in the shoulder. It
Um,
doesn't really hurt.
hits
It's just
me-
a little tiny poke.
doesn't really hurt. I think it would kind of just be I'd get hit by the dart and just immediately rip it out
Okay. So you pull out this tiny
and hope
dart.
that I don't go the way of Steve Irwin for ripping darts out.
You pull out this tiny dart from your shoulder, and you look at it for a sec, like, what the hell? And all of a sudden, you feel very sleepy, and you lose your grip on the tree, and you fall 20 feet to the ground.
Rough.
And you take
The kind of sleepy,
You take 6 damage as you hit the ground.
the kind of sleepy where I wouldn't have a. Well, I guess I already used my reaction with the pulling the dart out, so never mind.
Yeah, no, it happens so fast that you fall down. Roxana, you go to tend to. Well, what do you go to tend to Lucas? I assume you would.
Yeah, I would have gone up to him to ask what happened.
Okay, so you walk up and you notice that he's totally unconscious, and just as you're trying to figure out what happened, a little dart hits you in the neck.
I can't roll for a save.
Nope, no save.
Oof.
But you have a couple seconds to react.
In that instant, I would have turned to Timothy and say, "Run!" right when I pass out.
Yep. Okay. So you turn and you hit the ground and you pass out. And Timothy goes, "Oh no!" And he grabs Grogmir's hand and throws him up on his shoulders. And he throws this little goblin up on his shoulders. And he goes running out of the trees. And just as he does, a little dart hits him right in the ass. And he falls down. And then another one hits Grogmir as he falls on the ground. And that's where we're leaving it this week.
Cool. I love it.
Fun.
Awesome.
We
Game
are
over,
all-
man. Game over.
Laying on the ground, trying to figure out what's going on.
Looked like a fool with dart on the ground. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This is Arcana Episode 2 with Disadvantage Podcast. You can find more of our stuff on chefcast.tv. We're all over the place. We're on YouTube. We have a Twitter account if you want to follow updates there. We also have a podcast on all the major podcast directories, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Amazon, you name it. You can find us there. Look forward to another episode. Tomorrow we are doing Bryn's campaign, Lumiere, where I will be playing Rum. And on Wednesday we'll be doing Tomb of Annihilation, where Cloak is going to take over for DMing on that module. And I'm going to be there the first time to help in case they get stuck. So that's what the foreseeable future has. Saturday we'll probably be doing another Solstice. And we'll see you guys then.